Yo, what's up? It's your boy E. So as you can see, we're on vlog mode right now, and behind me is the reason why I've been missing some streams lately. I'm trying to upgrade my setup. Cue montage. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you are new here, I'm E and I create MTG content and budget streaming content. Right, so before we continue, don't forget to elbow smash that subscribe button and click thumbs up. The focus of this video is to show you what I did on the stream with a twist. I actually wanted to move my setup from here to there because of a couple of reasons. Alright, let's get it. So the main changes to the setup that I did was these two cameras. Previously, I was streaming on Logitech C920, and now I've actually moved into using my Sony Action Cam. I'm not sure how good it is as of yet, but I'm gonna try it. And that's one of the reasons why actually I'm moving from this space to a different space, because of what it sees. What this camera sees is ultra wide. I got my Avengers hexagons here. I'm missing Captain America. I got my touch portal elevated, right? And on the bottom part, as you can see there, that's my sound box or sound card, my Google Home, my Valor, and my wirings below. What I'm mostly proud of is the downstairs of my setup. As you could completely see, it's all clean in terms of the wiring. That's because I made my wiring super neat, super clean. I've used this specific cord, Shopee link here. And I also added this specific holder, but this time it's going to hold most of my USB stuff. That's powering my lights here, 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 and here. One of the things that I added is the actual LED light on the backhand side, which is one of the reasons why I want to take it down as well, because I really didn't do a great job on mounting the L brackets. So I will be removing this and soldering this one up. I'll give you a reason why I need to solder it up later. Same thing to the other side, which is blue. Boom. Have these upward. See that? The other reason why I want to take it out is because I noticed that my table has a slight slump in between right here. And that's because the total weight is only supported in this manner, in this stand. So the entire board, if you could see, is slanted like that, a little bit of a curve right there. Move one of these poles in the middle there so that it supports. I use this IKEA shelf here to move it and become one of those posts, so these become streamlined. Okay, and one of the reasons why I want to move or tweak this one out is because of my background. This is my actual background. As you can see, I'm there with the mirror. I'm inside my room. So the thing that you see on screen, on stream, is me green screening myself. And because this is ultra wide, the setting is super clear, the color spill is super bad. So I think I want to move my setup from this room, which is, this is the view of the room. It's bowl, coffee right there. I'm on the corner, into this room. This is my music room-ish. So I have the guitar, keyboards, lights. So I want to switch this to there and that to here. For LEDs, if you want to cut them, always measure twice, cut once. Alright, so if you could see me on this clip, you would see me measuring the monitor size. I did a little bit of adjustment where I put an inch as a border on the sides, so the light disperses as well, and I do have a lot of strips in between, or I can fit a lot of strips in between. When I was moving the monitors, I could have gotten away with not removing the vest mount from the monitor. However, I wanted to make sure that my measurement for my LED is correct, so I had to take it out. So just a tip for you guys, if you have this specific task, you may just remove the entire arm. Saves a lot of time. Dismantling my initial build was super fun. It was a bit nostalgic because I could see all of the grooves or the screws that I put in previously. However, it's very daunting because of the cable management that I did before. The cable management I did was done through this. I got it from Shopee, right there. It's very cheap, $3. It makes the entire cable very manageable and pleasant to the eyes. However, it's very, very hard to remove. So, well, that's the price of beauty, I guess. So previously, when I was still starting out, I bought these $1 cable management thing, and it's stick behind as double-sided sticky tape, 3M. However, what I found was that it's very hard to remove, and it cannot carry a lot of wires in between. So if you're doing this kind of configuration, I would recommend staying away from these things. Yep, it's very tough for me to remove. Fortunately, I can use the actual tab to remove the sticky tape, but otherwise, that was a failed experiment for me. Lesson learned, don't buy those. My IKEA desk is something called Linnmon in IKEA. It's the cheapest tabletop that you can get. I got it for about $20, $19 because it was on sale. It's best if you're just starting out because you don't feel guilt or remorse when you're drilling holes on the bottom of it or putting in some sticky tape. So if you're new to the entire game of budget streaming and pimping your entire rig budget-wise, I recommend you buying this tabletop instead. So, doesn't hurt if you drill holes into it. It's a $20 tabletop. It is what it is. So because you can screw the legs of your table manually, you can place it however you like on the table. Now, as I said, you can use a tool, but you can also use old screw and hand right there. So you can see me on the table screwing around. As I said, I wanted to get more support in the middle of the desk because it was starting to show a smile or a curve in between. So I moved my left leg, behind leg, to the middle. And that middle part is where my entire rig would be supported. So I moved that one there. Because it's an IKEA desk, I can do that. It's very easy, very intuitive. And to support the missing leg, I used a drawer, a cabinet per se. Now the most popular one is the Alex table, which costs about $120. I don't have that type of cash to spend in this project. So an alternative for my end, I got the Micke, M-I-C-K-E, Micke drawer, right? Now the difference is that the Micke actually comes with a wheel. What I figured out to do was if I remove the wheel on the bottom hand side, it's very intuitive to remove. It is not soldered nor welded onto the table because the table is made out of wood. It's actually just hole in the bottom part. Actually, let me get that for you. These ones. The bottom part of the Micke drawer are supported by wheels, and this is by these wheels. I'm not sure if you can see. It's not welded shut. You can actually take this one out because there's just a hole in the bottom that you can actually put it out. Another tip is that you can peruse if you have an IKEA shop or a furniture shop that has a return policy. Chances are they have something called as is. These are things that have been returned by the customer because they have slight imperfections. I got my drawer from there. So initially it was retailing for about $80 and I got it for $60 because it has a slight chip on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the paint. I mean, because I'm just going to use it at the bottom of my desk, I wouldn't care. So, additional savings for you, additional tip between you and me. When I was researching LED strips, I came to find out that there are a lot of type of LED strips out there, LED RGB lights, and they're actually subdivided by numbers, which makes it more difficult. These numbers may pertain to the sequencing of like the chipsets in between their lights. Either is it RGB and ground, or is it like, does it carry a white light as well within it? So there's a lot of types. Do your research before doing this. For my end, I have researched that my LED lights are LED RGB 5050 5050. Got it here. Shopee. As per my YouTube research, I should be able to easily connect them via these connectors that I got from Shopee as well. However, unfortunately, for whatever reason, it might be because what I bought was cheap, or my LED, which I got for cheap as well, is cheap. It doesn't connect really well. Make sure that when you're doing this types of project or when you're cutting LEDs, you did your research and they actually work. For me, it didn't work, so I went to soldering. Truth be told, I have zero experience in soldering, but YouTube is your friend, and it seems to be easy enough. Just a key note that you don't put your solder to be very hot, because the heat transfers from your soldering iron to the strip. So be careful with that one when you're laying down or putting in the soldering material into the strip. Make sure that you have a little bit of time in between so that the compound or your strip cools down. Otherwise, it ruins the connection and one of your lights won't make it, or like won't light. Quick way to test is to test all the lights in flickering motion or the rainbow configuration that it has. Usually it will go blue, red, and green. If one of those sequence doesn't follow, that means that that line is busted. So you have to cut and resolder again. So that's it. Notice when I put in my monitor on the table, there is a slight wobble on the left-hand side. That is because the Micke table, as against the Alex drawer, wherein it in terms of like the measurement for the leg of the Linnmon desk, Alex is bang on measurement in between. Unfortunately for Micke, it's like there's a millimeter difference between what Alex has and Micke has. So to alleviate, I just put in some materials in between and solve. Easy peasy. There's nothing that a folded newspaper can't fix, especially if it's an uneven table. Right, day one is done, so I just moved my spot from the room to this study room. So one of the couple of pros that it has is that the white blends with the all other whites. It kind of looks like it's just we have a motif here. Not really. The other one is that I kind of like, because I have like this specific nook, and I think this was specifically built for that intention. Now the only thing that I'm worried about is a couple of things. Number one is the acoustic. The acoustic here is bad because of the wall-to-wall configuration of the room, so I have to do something about that one. And because I don't have my camera set up as of yet, I won't be doing any cable management. So I'll just wire everything up so that it works, so that I can work for a couple of days. And then once all of my order arrives, then I can assemble again. But for now, this is how it is. So let's see how it turns out.